Recording in progress.
Hello, welcome to our Wednesday webinar. Today you're going to see the second part for our kitchen. So last week we have done our first part and I just drag and drop over here our webinar plan. Yeah, you see this is on our second part. There will probably also a third part appear. So we will divide it in three parts, and if you have passed the first part, you find it if you click here in Help and here on Free Tutorial, then you get a link to our online academy. And when you click here on Start Our Webinars, you see here's our Reshape Kitchen with Island first part. And yeah, the second part will also be uploaded today. And let's continue. First of all, we see now we have here 9 cabinets. Yeah, we have done it last week, and we also gave it a name, and we close this window, and we click here on the eye, and we turn off the room. Now we click twice, and we turn on the smart sticks, and now we are continuing with our next cabinet, and this will be here our cabinet for the right edge, and therefore we click here on the cabinet tab, and we click here on the drop down menu, and we change the width of the cabinet. Yeah, it should be 1200. We can also measure it. Yeah, if you want to measure it, we zoom in. We keep the control button pressed, go in this corner here, and also here on this for the wall. Yeah, and we see the value, the X value 1200. That is the space we need to fill up. And the height is also 2200 millimeter, and the depth is 600. And we don't have distance because we will just drag and drop it on the smart click here and here. And our cabinet is appearing. All right. So for the left edge, yeah, we have done a corner cabinet with 2 cabinets. And here I show you how we can do it with 1 cabinet. And therefore we click here in the smart click here. And here you see we can make an angular, so, or here also a diagonal shape, yeah. Or when we click here again, can also have an L shape. And this is 1 cabinet, yeah. So for the first place, we keep it like this, and we continuing here on the right wall. And what is really important to consider is you see here visually the smart clicks. So, but they actually don't have a function because yeah, we see that it's the end of the cabinet, but we have this one, yeah, they are just visually here. And when we want to continue with the cabinets here, we drag it and drop it here on the wall. Yeah, not here on the smart legs like we have done before. We drag it and drop it on the wall, and therefore we want to have a distance to left of 1200. Yeah, because here that was automatically, but you can also change here the size, the dimension for this. Yeah, so that's why we have here distance to left to 1200, bottom and back distance is 0, depth height is the same, and width for our next cabinet will be also 400 millimeter. So click here on the drop down menu, and the width is 400, and then we drag it and drop it here on the right wall, and here we are. So, and the next cabinet will be the cabinet for the fridge, and we keep the height and the depth the same, and the width is 900. And here we can now, because it is the position here on the right wall, it's stable, and we can use a smart click again. Yeah, then it's snapped also on this point. All right. So now we will change the material here also for our shelf. Yeah, and here if we wanna know what material we use, we can also keep the control button pressed. And when we go in the corner, we see the point, and when we go in the middle of the material, we see also the name of the material, and that is the Agar H3450. Now then we click here on the material tab and we type in the filter 345, and here our material is appearing, and we activate the checkbox, all parts of the group, and we drag and drop our material for this cabinet, and we have this material. And now we go on the division tab and we drag and drop here a horizontal in here, and then we go in the interior tab, and on the top and bottom panel we just drag and drop two adjustable shelves each in it, and then we're continuing with our fridge. And for the fridge, if we click here on the material for the fridge, and for you, if you type in here kitchen, for me it's Küche, you see you can also use JPEG pictures for the fridge. And I also show you now how to set up the picture, and therefore I drag and drop here the web browser page in it. Yeah, and here you just look for a model, what you would like to have. So let's have this one. As it is, should be the picture. It's good if it's a bit bigger. Now we can, yeah, let's use this one. I don't like the pixel. Um, yeah, let's use this one. Yeah, and now we can use our snipping tool. And now you have two options. If you have like a wide frame, like here, you can use this. Yeah, or if not, you can also make it like this here. We define the format, and yeah, we keep it like this, but we should save this that is nearly a square. Yeah, so we can also open it here in Paint. Yeah, I just clicked on this button, open in Paint, and then here you see it's opened in Paint. And if you click here on this symbol, and here on pixel, you see how is a pixel. And now you can change here the format. Yeah, you can uh, make it bigger. Then we have here a white frame. Yeah, and it should be nearly like a square. Yeah, we can here check it. Yeah, now we have nearly a square. Yeah, we'll make this a bit smaller again. And then we can save it in the TrunCAD folder. Yeah, we click here on File and save as the JPEG file. And here we save it now. We call it fridge webinar. So click on Save. Yeah, this we don't need. This will close, and this will close as well. And now we define a new texture. Yeah, and I choose here a previous one. Yeah, like this one, and we click here on the three dot button, and the window for the material set is opened, and we click on here, and here's our article, and here we choose our texture. If we click here on the three dot button, now we go here in the kitchen folder. So, and here we are looking for our fridge webinar. So where is it? I have it here, but I also want to show you this. Oh, yeah. No, it's not this. So it's here, yeah. So we open this and then we call it here also fridge. Webinar. And here we give it the name kitchen. So we click on save. Then here it appears here as well. And now we also need to save it so change the name for the material set. Yeah, that's why I click here copy and paste, and then we save it. Yeah, and now we close the window, and when we use filter now and type in kitchen, then we see here our fridge webinar. Yeah. So, and to display this, we go here on the front tab and we drag and drop here a trim over it. And then we go here on the material set and we take off the checkbox and we drag and drop our picture in here. We can also turn it off here. Then all the drilling holes get turned off. And if you also want, if you click here on the eye, now you know you can draw the whole room and just take everything off except this single cabinet. Yeah, then it's getting a bit faster. Yeah. So you see now we have here our texture, and also when we make it bigger or smaller, yeah, you see when it's too big, we see the white frame. So, and when it's smaller, it is still a little bit too big. Yeah. Then you see here when it's less than 1100, we don't have a white frame, and you see like the picture of the fridge. Yeah. Also, if it's here 900, that is still fine. Yeah. But when it's too small, like let's say 500, you see here, this is getting cut out. Yeah. So 900, it's still good. And we have done our fridge, and we click here on the eye and draw the whole room. And now we need to change here the depth of the cabinet, like with this shelf, yeah, because here we don't have front. That's why we click on here and we change the depth of the cabinet from 600 to 621, confirming it with enter. Yeah, then we have it like this. And here the plinth should be a white material. So, and we go here also in the cabinet tab, yeah, because the plinth also is 21 millimeter forward, and we want to have changed the offset. So we click on the drop-down menu for the beneath cabinet, and here we go in the setting for the plinth. And here we say distance front, it's 15 plus 30 plus 21 is 36. And we save this. And the material has the same format on the same position. That's why it's getting connected. Yeah. And we are done with this. And now we can continue with our next cabinet. So just check the measurement. That's why I keep an eye on my second screen. All right. Yeah, and the kitchen closing cabinet that has a height of, also click here on the drop-down menu. It has a height of 940 like the other ones, and has a width of 1200, and the depth is also 600. Distance left is 0. Yeah, if we want, we can also measure it. Therefore, we go on this point, keep the control button pressed. So this point to here. Yeah, and we see it's here dy, it's 1200, and the x is 300. So that is all right. And it's just a graphical issue, I think. So, and now we drag and drop our kitchen closing cabinet here on the smart click. So, and we click also here on the smart click for the corner and say here an angular. Yeah, and that is also all right, 300 and 300. It's exactly that what we want. And we go here in the drop-down menu for the trim on top, and here we activate the cover panel. So that is all right. Yeah, and click on the division tab, and we add here a vertical, and we change here the distance of the vertical. Here it should be also 300. That is exactly here on this edge. So we click on here and type in 300, and then we change the right area to 300, and it's coming exactly on here. And yeah, now we are continuing with the division still. Yeah, we want to have here two horizontals, and we drag and drop in here. And you see also the shape is adapting, and it should be open. And now we go to the front tab, and here we want to have a double door. Just drag it and drop it in here. And above the double door, we want to have a drawer. So that's why we have here these smart clicks. Yeah, we can drag it and drop it above or below. So, and they are related in relation one to each other, but the drawer should have, so the drawer front should have a height of 150. That's why we click on one of the three smart clicks, click here on height, and type here in the window in the bottom left corner 150 millimeter, confirming it with enter, and here we are. Yeah, then we are pretty much done with our U shape, and now we can continue with our kitchen island. And therefore they are in the middle. Yeah, we have two parts. One part will come on the left wall and one part on the right wall. So we start with the part on the right wall, and therefore we click here also on the cabinet tab. And before we do this, now we open here our window and we call this corner cabinet. Uh, this we call shelf. Then we have here the fridge. And so closing cabinet. So shelf. M is for middle wall, and that's our shelf right wall. Yeah, then we have defined our cabinets, and now we are clicking here on the drop-down menu, and we define our kitchen island, the first part, and this has a width of 1800. Height is the same, and depth is also 600. So, and we have here distance on the left. Now we have it exactly on the middle, so it would be half of 5800, which is distance back, which is 2900. And the distance of the right, yeah, we want to have still a bit place. Yeah, so the distance to the right is here 500 from this edge. No. So distance left is 1700. Yeah, we're starting here with the right wall, and we have here step 600. So when we add 1100, so we have more than 1 meter here space in between. And yeah, you will see now, yeah, when we drag it and drop it here on the right wall, yeah, then it's coming on here. Yeah, we have here the distance 2900 to the left, to the right wall, and here we have 1700. Yeah, that is good as it is now. And now we place this one in here. Yeah, we can also use here our uh, measurement function. Yeah, here we see x is 2900. That is the distance to the bottom. And our wall has 4 meter, 4000 millimeter, and y is here 3500. So when we subtract 4000 minus 3500, we have 500 left. Yeah, or we click on here and click on this point. Now we see here also the x is from behind 2900, and here we have 500. So we just change here the distance left 500, and the rest is the same, and we drag it and drop it here on the left wall, and it will get automatically on here. Then we have done this, and now I show you also because you see it like here. Yeah, when there is the same material and when they are snapped to each other, the trim is getting connected. Yeah, so it was wrong. Now it was here connected to the shelf. Um, so when we activate here our 14th cabinet, here we also give it a name. I click on the three dot button to open our window. We call it here Island Wall Right, and here Island Wall Left. Then we have it, and we see they are not snapped. So when they are not snapped, it's the same like here for the first three cabinets. When they are not snapped, the cover panels or plinths doesn't get connected automatically, so we need to do it manually. And to do this manually, I show you how to do this. Now we activate only one, so that's why we go here to the uh, activate this one, and we activate also the cover panel on top. And like you see, the cover panel belongs to the height. Yeah, it's here 14 millimeter. That's why we change here the height of the other cabinet from 940 to 900. And then we can extend here our cover panel. Yeah, we go back to cabinet 14, go in the drop-down menu for the cover panel, and here we say overlap back 621. Yeah, and then you see the cover panel is extended and it's 600 plus 21. Yeah, so when we want to have here also trim on the left and right side, yeah, then we activate here the visible side on the right, like you see now. It also belongs to the cabinet. Yeah, that's why I do it also for the left one, for the left side. Yeah, so we need to make the cabinet bigger. In my case, we use here 90 millimeter material set, so it would 2 times 19, it's 38. When you use 18 millimeter panels, then it should be 18. 2 times 18, that's 36 millimeter bigger the width. And we also, yeah, I show you here, um, we also need to change here the position because we need here 90 millimeter more. And we can do it by clicking here and change the distances and also change here the width on it if we click here. But we also can do it when we click here on, we open our window for the cabinets. Yeah, and here we type in 1838. And here the distance left is 1681. And we close it. Yeah. And now we can also extend here the visible side to the back, 621. Uh, Sometimes you need to keep an eye on it. It changed here the cabinet. So it's now activated cabinet 11. We need to have cabinet number 14. So click on here. Yeah, or what we also can do when we only activate the cabinet here, then I think it's better to see. Yeah, then we noticed also when this is swapping. So we type in here 621 and here also 621. Yeah. You see, if you have also project with many cabinets, it does make sense if you work on one to just make this visible. Yeah, then it's getting faster. All right. Yeah, now we defined here our kitchen island. And yeah, when there are any questions, just let me know in the chat. So, and now we are pretty much done. Just one cabinet is missing, and that is our counter. And we click here on the eye and activate the room or all cabinets. And we will click here on the drop-down menu for the cabinet, and we define now our counter, and the width of our counter is 1600, the height is 1100, the depth is 400, and the distance to the left is here 2400. Yeah, it's almost the middle. And the distance to the back is 3300. It should it cover up the kitchen island. Yeah, if we click on here, we see that is a distance 3519. So we cover it a bit up, and it should be like this. And we just drag it and drop it here on the middle wall. And here's our counter. So, but here I made a mistake, which we fix now. Now we just change the height. I missed here a 0. It should be 1100 and not 110. Yeah. So you see here the kitchen island is going through, and we click here on the drop-down menu for the back, and we say our counter doesn't have a back, and our counter doesn't have plinths. And we deactivate as well as the checkbox for the plinth legs. And then we click here on this smart click and we delete the bottom panel. And then we go here to the left side, click on the smart click, and we delete here the left panel. And here we have now our counter, and it should go to the edge. That's why we click in here and we say horizontal passing. And here we click on here, you see the verticals passing through. Yeah. And here we want to have a miter cut. And we want to also have here a 40 millimeter material from Agar 3450, 40 millimeter We click here all parts of group and drag it and drop it over here, and then we have defined our counter. Yeah. You can also change the distances, yeah, or the depth as well as the height afterwards as well. Yeah, if you want to make it a bit higher, feel free to do this. Yeah, and yeah, now we go back to the cabinet tab, click here on the three dot button, and we call our last cabinet also counter and close this. Okay, yeah. Then we are done with our second part. Next week we will finish our kitchen. It will be the third part, and I am looking forward to next week, and take care. Bye bye.